This poem is called How Saved Are You? And it is a conversation between three different people uh, comparing how saved they are and what makes them feel like they are saved and the comfort that they take in the things that they do that defines their salvation. And then the last voice, the poem ends in the last voice being God telling all three of them whether they're right or wrong. How saved are you? Is your face the face we see? Once in a while, when your heart has a plea, you come into church, head held high, just waiting for someone to ask you why. Why is it you wait to come to his temple when things in your life are no longer simple? If only you'd consider coming more often, you'd be like us and your heart would soften. What face is this that's telling me your heart will soften and like us you'll be? The same old face present for every sermon, but outside of church, unbelievers can't determine whether or not you're real or a fake. For the sermons you hear, you openly forsake. Believers at church are no longer fooled, though at every prayer meeting, your gossiping has you ruled. Both of your faces should be like mine. Once a month, I break bread and drink his wine. This is what cleanses me of my sinful ways, so I can come when I want to give him praise. No one is perfect, we all know that. Though sometimes I sin, bread and wine combat. This is my key, and it's what you should do, so people won't wonder, how saved are you? My child, it's true that you're wrong, for my temple is for worship, praise, and song. The burdens of your heart, you can bring them to me, and the peace I give you, others should see. And you, my child, you're just as wrong, for you're present for too much praise and song, always willing to serve on some church board to get the latest scoop so others' words you hoard. The sermons you hear are not the subject of your gossip, but because you hear and don't listen, you have no true worship. So your praise and song don't mean a thing as long as sin is present and to it you cling. And you, my child, are the worst of all. You're blindly deceived, headed straight for a fall. For you were misled about my wine and bread, all because of something a preacher once said. 1 Corinthians 11:29 talks about my bread and wine. Because you ate it in spite of sin, damnation is what you will win. You have no free will to sin as you may, and trample my grace my Son did pay. So the question for all is not how saved are you, for the things you have done you cannot undo. Joshua 24:15 is the question on reserve. Now that all eyes are opened, choose you this day whom you will serve.